What if I told you that the future of finance was being debated on Saturday Night Live? Sounds crazy, right? But this week's Weekend Update has some uncomfortable truths about Elon Musk, Diddy, and even Warren Buffett that you need to hear. We're going to break it all down, from the jokes to the real-world implications. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. All right, let's dive into the deep end. SNL wasted no time tackling the Diddy sex trafficking trial. Michael Che quipped he was attending the trial, just like his parties, only to watch. Dark humor, yes, but it highlights the gravity of the situation. The trial is set to begin in New York next week, and the allegations are incredibly serious. This isn't just tabloid fodder. It's a case that could have massive repercussions, exposing a network of alleged abuse. We're talking about potential violations of the Mann Act, which prohibits interstate transportation for immoral purposes. The legal ramifications could be catastrophic for everyone involved. And let's not forget the ethical implications. The entertainment industry has a long history of turning a blind eye to questionable behavior. Will this trial finally force a reckoning? Next up, Elon Musk and his complicated relationship with Dogecoin. Che joked that Musk pulled out a little too late from his duties with the DOGE federal agency. Now, this is where the tech and tabloid worlds collide. Musk's tweets have demonstrably influenced the price of Dogecoin, leading to accusations of market manipulation. We're talking about potential violations of SEC regulations regarding pump-and-dump schemes. The joke highlights the absurdity of the situation, but the underlying issue is far from funny. The decentralized nature of cryptocurrency makes it difficult to regulate, but that doesn't mean Musk is immune from scrutiny. The SEC has already investigated Musk's tweets about Tesla, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that they could take a closer look at his Dogecoin activities. And let's be honest, the volatility of Dogecoin makes it a risky investment, especially for retail investors who are easily swayed by celebrity endorsements. Is Musk acting responsibly, or is he just playing with fire? Then there's Colin Jost and his doll obsession. He railed against Trump cutting social services, not because of the impact on the American people, but because he might only get 2 dolls for Christmas instead of 30. This is classic SNL satire, but it touches on a deeper truth: the disconnect between the wealthy elite and the struggles of everyday Americans. Jost's character is so out of touch that he prioritizes his own frivolous desires over the needs of the vulnerable. It's a commentary on the widening income inequality in America and the growing resentment towards the privileged few. And let's not forget the environmental impact of consumerism. Jost's obsession with dolls is a symbol of our throwaway culture, where we constantly crave more and more stuff, regardless of the consequences. Is this the kind of society we want to create? Now, let's shift gears from comedy to serious business. Warren Buffett announced that he's recommending Greg Abel as the next CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. This is huge news for the financial world. Buffett is a legendary investor, and his successor will have enormous shoes to fill. Abel has been with Berkshire Hathaway for 25 years and currently serves as chairperson and CEO of Berkshire Energy. He's widely respected within the company and is seen as a capable leader. But the transition won't be easy. Berkshire Hathaway is a complex conglomerate with a diverse portfolio of businesses. Abel will need to navigate a rapidly changing economic landscape and maintain the company's long-term value. Buffett plans to stick around in decision-making capacities where he can add value, but the final vote will always come down to Abel. This succession plan is a testament to Buffett's commitment to the future of Berkshire Hathaway. He's not just handing over the reins to anyone. He's carefully chosen a successor who he believes can carry on his legacy. Let's circle back to the Diddy trial for a moment and drill down into the legal complexities. As I mentioned earlier, the Mann Act is a key piece of legislation in this case. It prohibits the transportation of individuals across state lines for the purpose of prostitution or other immoral activities. If Diddy is found guilty of violating the Mann Act, he could face significant prison time. But the prosecution will need to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he knowingly and intentionally transported individuals for immoral purposes. This will likely involve testimony from alleged victims and a careful examination of financial records and other evidence. The defense will likely argue that Diddy was unaware of any illegal activities and that he was simply providing opportunities for aspiring artists. This case will be a legal battleground, and the outcome is far from certain. But one thing is clear: the Diddy trial will have a lasting impact on the entertainment industry and the fight against sex trafficking. Now, let's talk about Elon Musk and the SEC. As I mentioned before, the SEC has already investigated Musk's tweets about Tesla. In 2018, the SEC charged Musk with making false and misleading statements about taking Tesla private. Musk eventually settled the charges, agreeing to step down as chairman of Tesla and pay a $20 million fine. This history makes it all the more likely that the SEC could take a closer look at Musk's Dogecoin activities. The SEC has a broad mandate to protect investors from fraud and manipulation. If they believe that Musk's tweets are designed to artificially inflate the price of Dogecoin, they could bring charges against him. The legal standard for proving market manipulation is high, but the SEC has a track record of success in these types of cases. Musk's defense will likely argue that his tweets are simply expressions of his opinion and that he has no intention of manipulating the market. But the SEC will likely point to the fact that Musk's tweets have a significant impact on the price of Dogecoin and that he benefits financially from those price movements. This is a high-stakes game, and the outcome could have major implications for Musk and the cryptocurrency market as a whole. Let's get back to Colin Jost and his doll obsession. While it's played for laughs on SNL, it raises a serious question. How do we reconcile our desire for material possessions with the need to protect the environment and promote social justice? Ethical consumption is a growing movement that encourages consumers to make informed choices about the products they buy. This includes considering the environmental impact of production, the labor practices of companies, and the social consequences of our consumption habits. We can all make a difference by choosing to buy from companies that are committed to sustainability, fair labor practices, and ethical sourcing. We can also reduce our consumption by buying less stuff, repairing items instead of replacing them, and supporting the sharing economy. It's not about depriving ourselves of pleasure, it's about making conscious choices that align with our values. And let's be honest, do we really need $30? Finally, let's look ahead to the future of Berkshire Hathaway under Greg Abel's leadership. Abel faces a number of challenges, including navigating a rapidly changing economic landscape, maintaining the company's long-term value, and preserving Buffett's legacy. He'll need to adapt to new technologies, anticipate market trends, and make strategic investments that will drive growth. He'll also need to maintain Berkshire Hathaway's reputation for integrity and ethical business practices. One of the biggest challenges will be managing the company's vast and diverse portfolio of businesses. Berkshire Hathaway owns companies in a wide range of industries, from insurance to energy to manufacturing. Abel will need to have a deep understanding of each of these businesses and be able to make informed decisions about resource allocation and strategic direction. But perhaps the biggest challenge will be filling Buffett's shoes. Buffett is a legendary investor and a beloved figure in the business world. Abel will need to earn the trust and respect of investors, employees, and the public. He'll need to demonstrate that he has the vision, the skills, and the character to lead Berkshire Hathaway into the future. So, what's the takeaway from all of this? SNL's Weekend Update may be a comedy show, but it often serves as a mirror reflecting the absurdities and hypocrisies of our society. The jokes about Diddy, Elon Musk, and Colin Jost highlight important issues related to sex trafficking, market manipulation, and consumerism. And the announcement of Warren Buffett's succession plan marks a significant moment in the financial world. These stories may seem disparate, but they're all interconnected. They're all about power, influence, and the choices we make as individuals and as a society. And they all raise questions about our values and our priorities. So, the next time you're watching SNL, don't just laugh at the jokes. Think about the deeper meaning behind them. Think about the issues they raise. And think about what you can do to make a difference. What do you think? Is SNL just comedy, or is it a powerful form of social commentary? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analysis of the intersection of tech, finance, and pop culture.